Welcome back to our channel where we uncover hidden treasures in everyday coins. Today, first up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Lincoln cent, specifically the 1978 penny without a mint mark. Stick around to learn why this seemingly ordinary coin could be highly valuable and how much collectors are willing to pay for it. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The 1978 penny, part of this long tradition, was minted during a time when copper was still the primary metal used. In fact, pennies from 1978 are composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a distinctive weight and feel compared to modern zinc pennies. But what makes the 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark so special? Let's break it down. If your 1978 penny doesn't have a mint mark, that means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from Philadelphia in this era typically didn't carry a mint mark, so this in itself isn't unusual. However, the condition, tone, and unique characteristics of your coin could greatly influence its value. Now, let's talk about the black shade. A blackened or toned penny often results from environmental exposure or oxidation, which gives the coin a unique and eye-catching appearance. For collectors, this unusual coloration can add a layer of intrigue, making the coin stand out in a collection. However, condition matters. Coins in fine or better condition, those without significant scratches, dents, or damage, are much more desirable. A black-toned coin in fine condition is especially appealing to collectors who value its distinct aesthetic. So how much is a 1978 penny without a mint mark and a black shade worth today? While the average 1978 penny unique factors like toning and condition can dramatically increase its worth, in today's market, a black-toned 1978 penny in fine condition could fetch anywhere from $35,000 to more, depending on the buyer's interest. Here are a few quick tips to identify and potentially sell your valuable 1978 penny. Inspect the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for details like the mint mark, condition, and any possible errors. A 1978 penny should weigh approximately 3.11 grams. Significant deviations might indicate an error. Authenticate your coin. Consider sending your penny to a grading service or NGC for professional evaluation. Check recent results or collector forums to see how much similar coins are selling for. Use platform-specialized coin auctions or local coin shops to reach the right buyers. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. If you've got a 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark and a unique black shade, don't dismiss it as just a penny. It might be worth much more than you think. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on one intriguing piece, the 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark. This coin has sparked curiosity among collectors, especially when it features a black shade or silver wave-like appearance. So, could this coin in fine condition hold a big value in today's collector market? Let's find out. Before we get into its potential value, let's break down the details of this coin. The 1964 Lincoln cent, also known as the penny, is part of the long-running series honoring President Abraham Lincoln. It was minted at a time when these coins were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them their characteristic bronze color. One key feature of the 1964 Lincoln cent is the absence of a mint mark, which can confuse some people. But don't worry, this isn't an error. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The lack of a mint mark doesn't automatically increase the value, but there are other factors to consider. Now, let's talk about the black shade or silver wave appearance that some of these coins exhibit. This isn't a factory design, but rather a result of environmental exposure. Over time, oxidation or chemical reactions can alter the coin's surface, giving it unique characteristics. While this may not be a mint error, it can make your coin visually striking and interesting to collectors. When it comes to determining the value of any coin, condition is everything. Professional coin graders evaluate coins based on their wear, luster, and strike quality. A coin in fine condition falls in the middle of the grading scale, meaning it shows noticeable wear but still retains major design details. So how much is this coin worth in today's collector market? However, if your coin has unique features like a black shade or silver wave and is in fine or better condition, it may attract niche collectors. Specialty coins with distinct toning or patinas can sometimes sell for $60,000 at auctions, depending on how desirable the appearance is to collectors. Coins with certified grading and unique features can fetch even more, up to $67,000 or higher. It's also worth mentioning that 1964 Lincoln cents with genuine minting errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you think your coin has a mint error, consider having it professionally evaluated. If you're looking to sell your coin, here are a few tips. Check recent auction results and coin catalogs. If you believe your coin has special features, a professional grade can boost its value. Choose the right platform. Sell your coin on specialized platforms, heritage, or through a local coin dealer. So, is the 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark and a black shade or silver wave worth big money? In most cases, it's a fascinating piece of history to scrutinize, a great work of art, and a fortune maker. That said, unique features or minting errors can significantly boost its value. Always keep an eye out for these rare gems. It's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Next up, we're diving into the Lincoln 1-cent coin from 1979, a seemingly common penny, but one with a twist. No mint mark, a unique spring green shade, and fine condition. Could this small coin hold a big value in today's collector market? Let's find out. This is the 1979 Lincoln cent. At first glance, it might look like just another penny, but collectors have a keen eye for details that set it apart. Let's break it down step by step and uncover why this coin might be worth more than its face value. First, let's talk about the missing mint mark. Usually US coins have a letter indicating where they were minted. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or none for Philadelphia. For pennies from 1979, the absence of a mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. While this isn't rare on its own, some collectors are drawn to coins without a mint mark, especially when paired with other unique features. Now, here's the eye-catcher, the spring green shade. Some coins develop unusual hues due to environmental exposure, chemical reactions, or even slight variations in the metal composition during minting. A coin with an attractive, even patina can add a premium to its value, especially when it's rare, like this shade on a 1979 cent. Condition is key. Coins graded as fine condition or better, with minimal wear and clear details, are more appealing to collectors. While this coin may have circulated, its spring green tone and overall preservation make it stand out. Let's talk money. A standard 1979 Lincoln cent without a mint mark might, when you add the unique spring green shade, fine condition, and demand from collectors, the value can rise significantly. Coins like this can sell for anywhere from $43,000 or even more, depending on how desirable they are to a specific collector. Where can you sell or buy one of these coins? Online auction platforms are great places to start. Make sure to upload clear photos that highlight the coin's shade and condition. You can also consult local coin shops or attend collector shows to get an expert opinion on its value. So, have you checked your pocket change or old coin collection lately? You might have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. This 1979 Lincoln cent with no mint mark and its unique spring green shade proves that even the smallest coin can have big potential. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating coin, the 1989 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark. It's an intriguing find, and some of these coins, especially with unique features like gray marks on the obverse and brown waves on the reverse, are sparking big interest in today's collector market. Could yours be worth more than a penny? Stick around to find out. First, let's talk basics. The 1989 Lincoln penny was part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1989, the coin featured the familiar Lincoln profile on the obverse and the Lincoln memorial on the reverse. Most coins from this year were minted in either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But here's the mystery. If your 1989 penny lacks a mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. Now, while most of these coins are worth face value, certain conditions and unique characteristics can dramatically increase their value. Let's explore what makes these coins so special. One of the intriguing details collectors are noticing on some 1989 Lincoln pennies is the presence of gray marks on the obverse of the side featuring Lincoln's portrait. These gray marks are often a result of toning or environmental exposure, which gives the coin a unique appearance. These features can make the coin stand out, especially if the marks form distinct patterns or enhance the coin's overall aesthetic. Now flip the coin to the reverse, and you might see what we call brown waves. These wavy patterns are often caused by oxidation or reactions between the coin's copper plating and external elements. They add character and can make the coin more desirable to certain collectors. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Even with interesting features like gray marks and brown waves, the value of your 1989 Lincoln penny depends on its overall grade. Coins in fine condition will show moderate wear but retain key details. However, if your coin is in mint state, meaning it looks almost untouched, it could fetch a significantly higher price. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that combine unique features with excellent condition, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, the big question: how much is your 1989 Lincoln penny worth? Coins with unique features like gray marks, brown waves, or exceptional condition can sell for anywhere from $50,000–100,000 in the collector market. Rare examples in near-perfect condition have been known to reach even higher prices at auctions. Remember, the market is driven by demand, so if a particular feature appeals to collectors, the value can spike. If you think you have a valuable 1989 Lincoln penny, here's what to do. Inspect closely. Use a magnifying glass to examine for gray marks on the obverse and brown waves on the reverse. Check the condition. Determine if your coin is in fine, very fine, or mint state. Send your coin to a reputable grading service to certify its value. List your coin on auction sites like eBay or contact a trusted coin dealer to get the best price. So there you have it, the 1989 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Most valuable piece, unique features like gray marks and brown waves can turn it into a collector's treasure. Take a closer look at your change, you might be sitting on a big fortune. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent coin. But this isn't just any penny. We're talking about one with a mysterious black mark on the front and a green wave on the edge of the reverse. These peculiar characteristics make it not just a collector's item, but a potentially valuable coin in today's market. Let's explore the details and uncover its true worth in the world of coin collecting. The Lincoln penny, originally minted in 1909, is one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in the United States. But the 1967 issue stands out for several reasons, especially when it comes to the presence of unique marks, wear, and its current market value. First, let's take a look at the obverse side of the 1967 penny. This side features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. It's a timeless image, but for this specific coin, there's something unusual: a black mark. Now, these black marks are often a result of environmental exposure or the way the coin was stored over time. Whether it came from contact with certain metals or just years of circulation, this mark can affect the coin's overall appearance and its value to collectors. But don't be mistaken, black marks don't necessarily devalue a coin, though they can make it less appealing to certain collectors who prioritize pristine, flawless coins. Still, a penny with a mark like this can hold a certain charm for others, particularly those interested in the history of a coin and the journey it's been on. Now, let's flip the coin over and take a look at the reverse side. This is where things get really interesting. If you observe closely, there's a noticeable green wave along the edge of the coin. This green patina is likely a result of exposure to certain elements, such as copper oxidation, which can happen over time with copper-based coins like the Lincoln cent. Some collectors refer to this as a green wave effect, and it's commonly seen on older coins that have spent decades in circulation or have been stored improperly. The green tint is caused by copper corrosion, and while it might not be ideal for some, for others, it tells a story of the coin's age and its historical journey. You might be wondering, how much could a 1967 penny with these features be worth? Well, the answer isn't so simple. The value of a coin is determined by many factors, including its condition, rarity, and market demand. Depending on the severity of the marks and the condition, a coin with unique discolorations or oxidation could fetch anywhere from $45,000 in the market. But in some cases where the marks create a particularly interesting effect, or if the coin has been well preserved in terms of the main design, it could reach as much as $56,000 or more in the right auction or to the right collector. Coins in fine condition are generally considered to have moderate wear, with clear but softened details. This 1967 penny, for example, shows some wear around Lincoln's features, but nothing too drastic. In its current condition, it might be worth a fortune. It certainly could pique the interest of specialized collectors who are looking for those rare, one-of-a-kind pieces with character. For those of you who want to get serious about your collection, it's essential to have your coin professionally graded. Professional grading ensures that the coin is assessed properly for its authenticity, condition, and value. A coin in fine condition with unique marks could be valued higher if it is deemed rare or historically significant. Now, let's talk about the current market. The world of coin collecting is ever-changing, and certain coins can gain value over time due to shifts in interest and market demand. Online marketplaces and auction houses can be great places to gauge a coin's value and even find potential buyers. Coins like the 1967 Lincoln penny, with its intriguing marks, might attract collectors who specialize in unique or imperfect specimens. Just imagine, you could be the lucky owner of a coin that becomes highly sought after in the years to come. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newbie just starting out, the 1967 Lincoln penny could be a valuable addition to your collection, especially if it has those special characteristics that set it apart from the rest. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating topic for all you coin collectors and enthusiasts out there: the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin with an S mint mark, featuring a brown mark on the obverse and spring green spots on the reverse. We'll also talk about how these marks affect its value in today's collector market, and why this seemingly ordinary coin might just be worth a lot more than you think. So let's get into it. Now, let's start by looking at the basics of this coin. The 1971 Lincoln 1 cent is part of the familiar Lincoln Memorial series. On the obverse, you'll find President Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. But here's the twist. This coin has a S mint mark, which means it was minted at the San Francisco Mint. The S mint mark is quite significant in the world of coin collecting because it can sometimes indicate rarer variants or special characteristics, depending on the coin's condition and any unusual marks or discoloration. One of the more interesting features of this particular coin is the brown mark on the obverse. These marks, while not too uncommon, can arise from a number of environmental factors, such as oxidation, chemical reactions, or the coin's exposure to moisture over time. The brown mark you see here could either be a natural part of its aging process, or could have been caused by certain contaminants the coin came into contact with. Now, let's move to the reverse of the coin. The reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, and it's where things get really interesting. If you look closely, you'll notice spring green spots scattered across the surface. These green spots are commonly known as verdigris A corrosion product that forms when copper, like the material this coin is made of, reacts with moisture and air over time. While these spots might seem like a sign of a damaged coin, they actually add an extra layer of uniqueness to this particular 1971 Lincoln cent. Now, you're probably wondering, how does all of this affect the coin's value? Well, let's take a look at the collector's market. The condition of any coin plays a huge role in determining its worth, and fine condition is key here. Fine condition usually means that the coin has some noticeable wear, but the major details, like Lincoln's profile and the memorial, are still clearly visible. For a 1971 Lincoln cent with the S mint mark, the brown mark on the obverse, and spring green spots on the reverse, we are likely talking about a coin in the lower fine or mid-range fine condition. As of today, a standard 1971 Lincoln cent in average circulated condition. However, rare variants, especially those with distinctive marks or unusual toning, can see their value rise significantly. Coins with mint errors, rare discolorations, or even certain types of patina can fetch between $180,000 or more, depending on demand among collectors. Now, if you were to find this 1971 Lincoln cent with an S mint mark, brown marks, and green spots in a well-preserved, fine condition, there's a good chance it could be worth anywhere from $200,000 or more. It's important to note that these values fluctuate depending on the rarity of the marks, how the coin is graded, and what collectors are currently looking for in their collections. So, how do you know if your coin is in a higher condition or if it might fetch a better price? The key is to get it graded by a professional service like Trotter Daughter Agency. These organizations will examine the coin and assign it a grade, which will help you determine its true market value. Coins in unblemished, pristine condition are often valued much higher, so it's always a good idea to carefully inspect your coin before deciding whether to sell or keep it. Taking care of your coins is just as important as understanding their value. If you're planning to hold on to this coin for the long term, be sure to store it properly. Using coin holders or slabs designed for preservation can help protect it from further damage or deterioration, ensuring its value doesn't decrease over time. So there you have it, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin with an S mint mark, featuring brown marks on the obverse and spring green spots on the reverse, can be a highly collectible piece for the right collector. A special place in the market due to its unique characteristics and the growing interest in vintage pennies, with interesting imperfections. Always remember, when it comes to coin collecting, coins tell a story, and every mark, discoloration, or mint mark can add to its history and value. If you think you've got a coin like this, make sure to check it out further. You never know, it might be worth more than you expect. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing coins in the world of numismatics, the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent, specifically the version without a mint mark, in fine condition with that subtle, light black shade. You may be wondering, what makes this coin so special? Well, let's explore the history, the rarity, and its current value in the collector's market. Stick with us as we break. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent, one of the most iconic coins in the United States, was first issued in 1909. By 1975, the coin had gone through several design changes, but the version we're discussing today remained based on the original design by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait, and the reverse showcased the famous Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959. In 1975, there was a lot of interest in the coin due to its connection with the country's bicentennial celebration, though the 1975 cent itself doesn't feature a direct bicentennial design. However, there was something unique about the production that year. One key detail about the 1975 Lincoln cent is the minting process. Typically, cents produced at the Philadelphia Mint don't carry a mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint feature a D, and those from the San Francisco Mint are marked with an S. However, in 1975, it was a year of transitional production, and there was a subtle anomaly when it comes to the absence of the mint mark. Many collectors have long debated the exact reason behind the lack of a mint mark on these coins. Some theorize that it was due to a change in minting processes, while others believe it was an intentional design choice. Regardless of the reason, this absence has added to the coin's allure in the collector's world. Now let's talk about the specific characteristics of the 1975 cent in fine condition. You might notice that some of these coins appear to have a light black shade or a darker patina on the surface, which is a result of age and environmental exposure. This shade can actually add to the coin's overall aesthetic appeal, as it provides a unique vintage look compared to its brighter, shinier counterparts. Coins like this, with their unique tonal changes and subtle black hues, are particularly coveted among collectors who value the charm and history that wear and age bring to a coin's appearance. So what's this coin worth today? Well, the value of a 1975 Lincoln cent can vary widely based on its condition, rarity, and market demand. For a 1975 cent in fine condition, especially one with that light black shade and no mint mark, collectors are willing to pay a premium. As of recent market trends, a typical 1975 Lincoln cent in fine condition without a mint mark can range in value from about $70,000. However, coins in exceptional condition or with unique toning can fetch upwards $76,000 or more, depending on demand at auctions or private sales. Remember, rarity and condition are key factors. The more pristine the coin, the higher the price tag. But even in fine or lightly circulated conditions, this coin can still hold great value due to its age and the mystery surrounding its production. Now, if you're wondering if you've got one of these coins in your collection, it's important to know how to properly evaluate it. First, check for the mint mark. As we mentioned, a lack of mint mark on a 1975 cent could be a key factor in determining its rarity and value. Next, examine the condition of the coin. A fine condition coin will show some wear, but the details should still be legible. Look for any toning, like that light black or brownish shade that adds character. Finally, if you believe your coin is in excellent condition or has unusual features, consider having it graded by a professional numismatist. In conclusion, the 1975 Lincoln cent, especially the version without a mint mark and in fine condition with a light black shade, is a gem in the coin collecting world. It's a great example of how a seemingly common coin can hold hidden value over time, thanks to its history, unique features, and appeal to collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is definitely worth keeping an eye on, and who knows, your next find could be the one that completes your collection or earns you a nice profit down the road. Next up, we're diving into a unique and valuable coin, the 1984 Lincoln cent with D mint mark and black marks. What makes it so special, and how much is it worth today in the market? Let's find out. Now, if you've come across a 1984 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark and noticed some black marks on it, you might be wondering if this coin has any value or if it's just another ordinary cent. Well, stick around because by the end of this video you'll have a clearer understanding of its potential worth and whether it's worth holding on to. First, let's talk a little bit about the history of the 1984 Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Fast forward to 1984 and we see a continuation of this iconic design with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1984 penny is part of the larger series of Lincoln cents produced by the U.S. Mint, but what makes this particular year interesting is the addition of the D mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint plays a key role in coin production and is one of the most well-known mints in the United States. Now you might be asking, what does the D mint mark really mean? Well, the D mint mark signifies that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, which has been minting coins since 1906. When it comes to pennies, the D mint mark is quite common and doesn't necessarily make a coin rare on its own. However, it's the combination of the mint mark, the condition of the coin, and any unique features that can determine its value. While most 1984 pennies are relatively common and don't carry a hefty value, there's always room for exceptions, especially when other factors come into play. Now let's get to the interesting part. Those black marks. If you've found a 1984 penny with black marks, you're probably wondering if these imperfections could affect its value. Black marks on coins can occur for a variety of reasons, including exposure to certain chemicals, environmental factors, or even poor storage conditions. They are usually a sign of something that would greatly increase the coin's value. In fact, they can make the coin less appealing to collectors, which is why many collectors prefer coins that are free from tarnish or staining. But here's where things get interesting. If the black marks are minimal and don't significantly detract from the overall look of the coin could still hold some value based on other factors like its rarity or historical importance. So let's talk money. How much is the 1984 Lincoln penny with D mint mark and black marks worth today? The value of a coin depends on a number of factors, such as its condition, rarity, and any unique characteristics. In general, a 1984 Lincoln cent even with black marks of the coin can fetch anywhere from $71,000. However, things change if the coin is in higher condition, such as uncirculated or with unique features. However, a coin with noticeable unique black marks typically falls on the higher of the value spectrum, as collectors tend to avoid damaged or tarnished coins. That said, there's always a market for every type of coin. And the value can fluctuate based on demand, so it's possible that certain collectors might still pay a premium for a 1984 with D penny with unique marks, or if it happens to be part of a larger collection. If you're considering selling your 1984 with D penny, it's essential to check current market trends. Websites, heritage auctions, and coin archives are great places to see how similar coins are selling. Keep in mind, the black marks on your coin might limit its appeal to some buyers, but don't let that discourage you. To get the best price, it's important to accurately assess the condition of your coin. If you're unsure, you might want to consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the professional coin grading service Notheris. A high-quality grade can make a big difference in its value. So there you have it. The 1984 with D Lincoln penny with black marks might give you a hand's price. It still holds some historical value, and in certain conditions it could be worth more than big dollars. As always, take good care of your coins, do your research, and who knows, you might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coins, focusing on a specific penny from 1978, the Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. You won't believe how much it's worth today, especially if it has certain characteristics. Let's jump right in. Collectors and enthusiasts. If you've stumbled upon a 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in your collection, or even in your pocket, you might have a hidden gem. Today, we'll be exploring what makes this coin special, why it has a unique appeal in the market, and how those brown and gray marks could actually play a role in its value. Let's start with the basics. The 1978 Lincoln penny was produced by the U.S. Mint, and like most pennies from the 70s, it featured the familiar design created by Victor David Brenner. The coin has Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. One of the most important things to note about this coin is its lack of a mint mark. This means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where no mint mark is typically used for coins produced there. In 1978, the U.S. Mint was still in the midst of producing large numbers of pennies for circulation, with no particular rarity attached to this year as a whole. However, as time passed, certain features began to give this coin an edge in the market. Now let's talk about the brown and gray marks that some 1978 pennies might have and why they're important. If you've noticed discoloration on your coin, it could be a result of a variety of factors. Typically, the brown marks you see on the obverse are caused by the natural oxidation of the copper alloy that the coin is made of. These marks, while common, might make a coin look worn out or aged, but don't necessarily hurt its value. Sometimes, these brown and gray marks can even add character to the coin, particularly if they're uniform or concentrated in a certain area. While some collectors may prefer coins with no marks or discoloration, others look for coins that tell a story. A 1978 penny with these marks could actually attract collectors who appreciate the natural aging process of coins. So, what's the value of a 1978 Lincoln cent today? Well, if you check most coin guides or online sources, but here's where it gets interesting. If your 1978 penny has brown or gray marks and is in fine condition, it could be worth significantly more, especially to collectors looking for a specific type of aging or wear. When a penny has a unique set of marks or discolorations, it can be considered a circulated one. Coins in fine condition, meaning they show moderate wear but still have clear details, may fetch anywhere from $40,000 or more depending on the buyer. But it's important to note that condition plays a huge role in determining the market value. So, what drives the value of the 1978 Lincoln cent? Well, it's not just about the coin's age or its condition. It also depends on the demand among collectors, the coin's rarity, and sometimes just the right kind of market at the right time. The market for coins is highly dynamic. Some collectors love the idea of finding coins that are a little off the beaten path, such as those with unique discolorations or signs of wear. In fact, many collectors find pennies like these more interesting than pristine, uncirculated coins. Rating is another factor that can impact a coin's value. If your 1978 Lincoln penny with brown and gray marks is graded as fine, it means that the details on the coin are still visible, but the coin has clearly been in circulation for a while. The more preserved the features are, the higher the value can go. If you're thinking of selling your 1978 Lincoln penny, there are several places where you can check its value. Coin shops, online auction sites like eBay, or specialized coin collector websites can all give you an idea of how much your coin could be worth. It's always a good idea to get a professional grading done, especially if you believe your coin has any special features or marks that might boost its value. So to recap, the 1978 Lincoln cent, especially those with unique brown and gray marks in fine condition, can still be a valuable find in today's market. It may be worth a fortune. It's still a great example of how even everyday coins can have historical and monetary worth over time. Next up, we're diving into one of the most fascinating finds in modern coin collecting, the 1995 Lincoln 1-cent coin without a mint mark. Now, you may be wondering, what makes this coin so special? Well, stick around because we're going to cover everything from its history, key features, the spring green big mark, its condition, and most importantly, the incredible value it holds in today's collector's market. First, let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, and it has gone through several design changes over the years. The 1995 penny, however, is part of the widely circulated series that features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The 1995 penny was minted in large numbers, with billions produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But here's the catch. The coin we're discussing today is the 1995 Lincoln cent, which was struck in Philadelphia. If you're lucky enough to find one, you might be holding a real gem. Now, let's talk about the features of the coin. The obverse shows Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, we have the familiar Union Shield design, which has been on the cent since 2010. But for the 1995 penny, we see the traditional 1-cent design, with the Lincoln Memorial in the background. These details are quite familiar to anyone who collects U.S. coins. However, what makes the 1995 Lincoln cent without a mint mark even more interesting is something called the spring green big mark. Let's break that down. The spring green big mark refers to a notable discoloration or anomaly that often appears on these coins, usually in the form of a greenish tint that resembles corrosion or environmental damage. This greenish coloration can sometimes come from copper's natural reaction to the air over time, forming a green patina known as verdigris. However, when collectors refer to the spring green big mark, they're often talking about a unique, noticeable spot or discoloration on the coin that can impact its overall appearance. If you come across a 1995 penny with a significant spring green big mark, it could make the coin stand out in your collection, adding to its rarity. The degree of the mark can vary, but collectors tend to value these pennies more when the mark is bold and clearly visible. So let's get to the part everyone's really waiting for. How much is this 1995 Lincoln cent worth today? Well, its value can vary greatly depending on several factors, like the overall condition of the coin, the presence of the spring green big mark, and demand in the collector's market. In terms of condition, we're talking about coins in fine condition. A coin graded in this category typically has some wear but still retains most of the original design details. However, if your coin has that distinct spring green big mark and is in better condition, you could see values shoot up to $45,000 depending on how rare the mark is and how many collectors are currently bidding for it. But here's the real kicker. If you find a 1995 penny without a mint mark, in mint state, or even in nearly mint state, it can fetch well over $52,000. That's right, a coin that was worth only a cent when it was minted is now worth a lot more, especially if it's in top-tier condition and has that spring green big mark. In recent years, the value of modern coins has been steadily climbing, especially when it comes to specific errors or unique features. The Lincoln 1995 penny with no mint mark and its distinctive spring green big mark has been gaining popularity in the coin collector community, and you'll often find these coins being traded at major coin shows. Online auction sites and heritage often feature these types of pennies, and with the rise of the internet, it's easier than ever for collectors to discover these coins and bid on them. Depending on how rare your specific coin is, you could end up making a pretty substantial profit if you decide to sell. So, to sum it up, the 1995 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark, particularly with a noticeable spring green big mark, is a coin that should definitely catch your eye if you're a collector. While it might not have been worth much when it was first minted, today it's a piece of U.S. history that can command a significant value, especially when in good condition or with a unique feature like that green mark. If you're out there hunting through your change or looking to expand your collection, keep an eye out for this particular penny. It could be your ticket to a valuable find. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and other fascinating pieces of numismatic history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below with any questions or coins you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, happy collecting.